Picture this. A humble golf course dubbed the absolute worst in the entire United States, yet it harbors a river that whispers secrets of natural beauty and community spirit. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this label fair, or does it overlook the heart and soul of what makes golf accessible to everyone? In August, a popular website named MyGolfSpy unleashed a bombshell by naming the Leo J. Martin Golf Course as the top contender for the worst golf course in America. Check out their full list here, https://mygolfspy.com/newsopinion. These are the 10 worst golf courses in America. Massachusetts, it seems, didn't fare too well in this ranking, claiming the unfortunate honor of having 3 spots in the top 10 worst courses nationwide, according to MyGolfSpy's analysis. Among them, Ponkapoag Golf Course in Canton, a state-operated spot lovingly nicknamed Ponky by casual weekend players, landed at number 5. Meanwhile, Norwood Country Club secured the 3rd spot on that dubious list. Yet Ponky has a charming literary legacy to boast about. Back in 1996, the witty and insightful sports journalist Rick Riley penned a hilarious and spot-on novel called Missing Links. You can explore it here. https://books.google.com/books/about missinglinks.html ID equals inspired by a band of middle-aged buddies who regularly teed off at Ponky and dreamed up schemes to sneak onto an exclusive private club. To be fair, MyGolfSpy's methods for evaluating these courses aren't exactly rooted in rigorous science. Instead, they combed through social media platforms, gathering ratings and user comments to form their judgments. And boy, were the remarks about Ponky, Norwood, and the Martin scathing. For Ponky, one reviewer quipped, "This spot doesn't even qualify as a goat track. I wouldn't touch it even if they paid me." On Norwood, another jabbed, "Labeling this a country club is like pretending Burger King is gourmet cuisine." As for the Martin, the criticism was brutal. "You can't even call this a golf course. There are no greens or tee boxes to speak of." Some holes are just open fairway with a flag plopped in the middle. The fairways look like a rocky shoreline, perfect for spraining an ankle. I wouldn't return for free. With a biting sarcasm that could leave marks, MyGolfSpy summed it up. Boasting a shockingly low Google rating of 2.7, the Leo J. Martin only qualifies as a golf course because it says so itself. Now, perhaps because I'm a sucker for the underdog, I decided to give the Leo J. Martin a whirl last week with my son. The 18-hole greens fees, detailed here, https://statemadgolf.com/greenfees, came to just $17 for me as a senior. That's barely enough for a decent sandwich at a fancy private club. My son's tab was $27, matching Ponky's rates exactly. Over at Norwood, a privately run establishment, fees range from $37 to $46. Dropping to $34 to $43 for us seasoned folks, which is a hefty premium. Private clubs demand hefty initiation fees in the tens of thousands, plus annual dues for those pristine, meticulously groomed greens and fairways. Public courses like the Martin and Ponky, however, operate with a different purpose in mind, and that's perfectly fine. In fact, it's commendable. I won't sugarcoat it. I can't honestly dispute the harsh feedback about the Martin. The course is in rough shape, crying out for more care, attention, and yes, some serious fertilizer. Rounds can drag on, especially without many skilled players around to keep things moving. That said, I'm not here to bury the Leo J. Martin. I'm here to celebrate it. For those without the means to join a private club or rely on wealthy friends for an occasional invite, it's an affordable gateway to the game. Take Alexis Kissem from Wellesley, one of the 3 towns along with Newton and Weston that the Martin spans. She brought her 9-year-old son Freddie and his pal Roman Coffee for a round last week. They're just starting out, so this is an ideal spot for beginners, she shared. We had a blast. It's fantastic for picking up the basics, and the staff here are the friendliest people ever. That brought a grin to Martin Hanley's face. As a supervisor at the Martin, he admitted the negative buzz since the website's declaration has been tough to swallow. It doesn't seem right, he remarked, and I don't believe you can evaluate a golf course or anything else solely through social media. He's spot on. More than that, Hanley expressed disappointment that the critiques of the Martin miss the bigger picture and lack nuance. We foster an incredible atmosphere here, he explained. We've got a team of wonderful people working and playing here, and we truly serve our community. To drive home his point, as we chatted outside the clubhouse, a golf program tailored for individuals with autism was unfolding right behind him. Hanley and his colleague, Supervisor Vera Rundelt, who paused her cart-moving duties to join the conversation, beamed with pride over how the Martin draws in folks from every walk of life, diverse backgrounds, cultures, economic levels, abilities, all united by their passion for a sport that's been jokingly called a good walk spoiled. Hanley mentioned a 90-something retired physicist from Boston University who frequents the course. He loves chatting with Hanley about topics beyond golf, about life itself. Sometimes, when I arrive before dawn, there are already people in the parking lot, eager for the sun to rise so they can start playing, Hanley recalled. This place is a hidden treasure, even if it's not perfectly polished. With a bit of investment, it could truly sparkle. And this is the part most people miss. He's absolutely correct. The Martin reminds me of that scraggly little Christmas tree Charlie Brown picks for the school play. The one that stands proud and tall once Linus drapes it in his blanket and declares, "Maybe it just needs a little love." Watch the classic scene here. https://tvwybi. Unfortunately, no such comforting blanket is on the horizon for the Martin. Supplies like grass seed, fertilizer, and water don't come cheap, and while it's tempting to hope the Department of Conservation and Recreation might step up, I'm not betting on it anytime soon, which is truly a pity. Despite the subpar tee boxes, fairways, and greens, the Martin boasts a stellar design, complete with stunning surroundings and some genuinely challenging holes. It has the potential to be extraordinary. If only the state invested in everyday folks as fervently as country clubs pamper their affluent members. Just the other day, my son and I were lining up our second shots on the fairway of the par 5, 535-yard fourth hole, a stretch that evoked the wide-open plains of Nebraska, when we witnessed a flock of geese lift off majestically, forming a flawless V before gliding toward the Charles River. That's one of the best things about this course, Martin Hanley told us afterward, arms crossed and smiling widely. The wildlife and scenery here are simply breathtaking. A river runs right through it. Kevin Cullen is a Globe columnist. Reach him at kevin.cullen@globe.com. But let's stir the pot a bit. Is it really fair to judge a golf course's worth based on online rants? Or should we consider its role in building community and inclusivity? And here's a controversial twist. Maybe these worst public courses are undervalued gems that challenge the elitism of private clubs. What do you think? Should taxpayers fund upgrades for places like the Martin? Or is golf an indulgence for the wealthy? Do you agree with the rankings? Or have you played a bad course that surprised you? Share your opinions in the comments. I'd love to hear your side.